put that there, put that there. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, cool. Now, no, it's everything's there. Everything should be started by now. Now, this is the question, right? We have a serious question that we need to ask ourselves at this present moment. Let it start. And that serious question is this, right? No, it is. It's ready. And the serious question is this: are we in a scenario where we're seeing the beginning of a complete market-wide, revaluation and restructuring? Or is this something that is somewhat transitory? This is the question that we need to ask, because if you guys watched my my video explaining about what's happened, right? What spectacular, out of this world event that we've come across, and you guys should really watch it. It's on the inst, right? We've had, something's happened that should technically be impossible. Like, technically it should be impossible. That's why you guys need to go and check out that video on the Insta. I haven't got it. It's on the tube as well. All right. I'm sorry. I mean, like, as much as I would love to absolutely give all to this account, I did that, and then they took it away because they said I was a human trafficker. So, out of the level of insanity that I went through, I'm not going to give any level of like real energy to providing you know, my research time, effort, all that kind of stuff for a platform that's going to mark me as something that I'm not, right? So that's that thing. So if you want to check it out, it's on here on the shorts, or you know, on the inst. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Nothing. It's not impossible in this market. It's not only this. It's across. I mean, like, I'll go through it, right? But only on the promise that you guys all go and watch. And I need to get to 10. Let me get to 10,000 likes, and I'll say it. Only on the promise that you guys gonna go over to the inst, follow, and watch the video afterwards, right? Before you're going to, right? But I'll say this, right? It will go up. Fefe will definitely go up. This industry will go up. It's just we're in a period where things are not looking so hot, right? It's not looking hot. I mean, if we look the other day, I mean, like the level of like the other day I said that most probably it will go and possibly tap a certain area, right? Especially on Bitcoin. Was it on Bitcoin? Did I say on, where was it on Bitcoin? Yeah, let me look at the 1 hour. I said it will go and test a certain area, right? I said it would go and test this area here, and then if it passes through it, we will go up. And oh boy, oh boy, did it reject off that zone. Oh my lord, did it reject on that zone, right? But I'm saying this: we have witnessed something that technically is a statistical anomaly. We're in a scenario where one of these things happening usually indicates it usually indicates a period of time, or a period of time that's about to come, that is largely negative. I'm being very careful how I say it, because I'm, you know, I don't want there to be a understanding of what's going on, right? second. One second. I need to do something. One second. I just saw someone, one of my employees, message me something. One second. Right. So something that's called a Six Sigma event has happened. Right. I'm a bit shell shocked because not shell shocked. It's just I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts in a way that it will be easy for you guys to understand. When a Six Sigma event happens, it's usually and I'm gonna say this in a mathematical way so you guys can understand. It is it's a 6 standard deviation away from the mean event, and it means it's a statistical anomaly. It's such an anomaly that a movement of this factor will only ever happen in 1 in 500 million events, right? So in 500 million times, this thing will only have happened once, right? And these things have happened before, especially in the markets, either in like gold or metals or 10-year yields or something in the manner where it's so out of the ordinary that it signals a catastrophic move in a market, right? That is about to happen. Something that is truly out of the, what is this guy, anyway, truly out of the understanding of what's going on, right? So for example, like Black Monday was a Six Sigma event. COVID was a Six Sigma event, and they all marked itself in key factors. So in COVID, it was gold. In the 2008 crisis, it was silver. That's why it went up and down, 90% correction, things like that, right? Now, one happening is unbelievably. It's as I said, 1 in 500 million. We have had, as of yesterday evening, right, a triple Six Sigma event. So 1 is almost impossible. 2 is kind of on the degree of insanity, and 3, just so you understand, if you went to a mathematician and said this formula or this event has a 3 Six Sigma event, a statistical anomaly, he would say, literally would say, that is almost impossible. It is a statistical impossibility of that happening. And we have had that. We are in a scenario where not only gold has had a Six Sigma event, silver has had a Six Sigma event, and also on top of that, the 20-year bond yields has had a Six Sigma event. We are in literal uncharted territory at this present moment. It's the best way to describe it, right? We are literally in what could be described as what the is going on. That's basically what's going on right now. And it usually, these things usually mark a very large negative event in the economy. Now, it may be not this time, because something that's basically impossible to happen has happened. Right? It's basically impossible. Check, just if you do the math, it's almost at the level as actually. Let me just one sec. I want to check something out. I want to take this out. I want to take this out. Right. I've asked a very weird question. 1 second. Right. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's just see. I literally asked, what is the chance? What is the statistical? Right. Uh-huh. Okay. What is the? I'm asking ChatGPT this. It's the uh how cooked is salad? I think a lot of things are in a lot of trouble. Uh, so, so okay, all right. Just so you understand how absolute insanity this is, right? Just so you understand how absolute, so you can understand how absolutely insane what has happened is going on. The chances, statistical chances of aliens landing, right? Aliens landing on Earth is a 8 sigma event. So we are 2 sigma away from aliens landing on Earth. That's how much of a statistical anomaly of what we've experiencing right now is. We're in a scenario. We're in a scenario right now where we're almost at the statistical chance of aliens landing on. That's where we are. That's where we are right now. We are at this level where we're literally just going hello GBO. We're literally just going I don't know. So because what's happening right now, and I think this is the situation it is, and the best way to understand what this means, right? It's the best way to understand what this means is that there is absolute peak confusion. That's what it is. The market is at absolute peak confusion about what to do with their finances and their money. On the one hand, we have the dollar absolutely disappearing to nothing. On the other hand, we have this potential black swan event happening in Japan. So liquidity is tight, and there could be an unwinding of one of the most intertwined liquidity events in the world. On the other side, we have worldwide political uncertainty and potential of unrest. On completely the other side, we have silver shortages and supply shortages and protectionist aspects going on. We have what could be described as supposedly the safe haven, the protector of the earth, the people that hold the stable currency, the reserve currency, going and acting like they shouldn't be doing, and going into countries and taking things and, oh, I want this and I want that. And at every single scenario, there is a potential of tariffs going up and down, left, right, and center. In this scenario, where are you going to have a safe haven? Where? And that is what this is showing. People are just going at things that they assume will be safe havens, and understanding that maybe that's not where the safe haven is. And it's just this complete insanity, uncertainty going on in this world. That's it. Just so you understand, right? The wick that you see on gold right now, this wick that you see in gold right now is, and I just so I can measure this 8% drop is probably at least 3 European countries' GDP worth of a drop. Just so you understand how absolutely insane that wick is. Do you understand how unbelievable of a drop that is? It is like the continent of Africa. The continent of Africa basically just that full. Actually, what is the okay? What is okay? Let's try and find some understanding of 24 trillion exactly. What get an understanding of what? Okay, all right. What? Just so we understand, so you can have a gathering of how absolutely insane this is. Just so you understand the insanity of what we're doing. All right. Okay. Oh no. Just trying to find a comparison of how much of a drop that is. One second. That cannot be right. So you understand this, right? The entire GDP of Africa is $100 trillion. So that wick there is almost a quarter. It's almost a quarter of the entire continent of Africa's GDP. Just so you understand what what insanity has happened with that wick. It is truly unfathomable the amount of money that was taken out of this out of gold in that period. It's unfathomable. And the thing is, I feel like I said that there is a problem with silver, right? I feel like it. And I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. It's on a spectacular situation right now. We are in, when we said that we would have we were talking about mass liquidating event in crypto and this and the other. Forget crypto. Forget crypto. We're talking about serious money here. Like we're not. This ain't no joke, man. This ain't no joke, man. To be honest, right? Crypto could potentially do well out of this crap. I'm not even joking. There is possibility of everyone just going, you know what? If gold isn't safe, if gold and silver isn't safe anymore, what is safe? What the hell is safe? So yeah, that happened. Yeah. So that happened. Look, at this present moment, we lost a seriously. What is safe? I mean, but I'll say this, right? And this is what I'm going to say. I was talking to someone the other day when we were at the Crypto for Good event, right? And he's he's moved his fund from a traditional, I'm gonna say Web2, but traditional markets fund into a crypto only. And he goes, what we need to understand is this, right? You would need 858,572 shipping containers to fit 24 trillion dollars in US US notes lined out, which would stretch 32 miles. Yeah. Yeah, it's a spectacular amount of money that was sold. And it was all sold at one go. That's the craziest part of this. It wasn't like a trickling down. It was a singular wick. It was one wick. In one in one wick, the quarter of Africa's entire GDP was wiped off gold. Damn. That's all I'm gonna say. Damn. Now, okay, let's try and get into after the understanding of what just happened, what we've just witnessed in reality of life right now, right? This thing has technically retraced 50%. Now, what will happen from here is going to be interesting. But it's still above 5K, so gold is still high. Yeah, it is, but it is high. It is high. It is high. But it's, I mean, it's a massive, massive. I don't know what it is. It to me, what this feels like, right? And I want to say this, right? What this feels like, and I'm going to say this in the nicest possible way, and I can't say certain things because, you know, the overlords will try and ban me again, right? But there is a relatively, it feels like the true game of a relatively large country that may have triggered this. Now, I don't know what that could be, who that is, but yeah, it's a 2 points. Oh, okay, fine. Then it's not so bad. It's only 2.5 trillion. Only 3 European countries worth. I don't think it's Japan. No, no, I don't think. Look, what's happening right now is a very unusual, interesting scenario, right? So the market is struggling to find any level of security at this present moment. It's the only way you can actually understand this whole process. The market is struggling to understand, even though I would say that if you look at the S&P 500, right, we are still relatively bullish. We're not in a level where we would say anything that's not in that matter, right? But we are relatively bullish still. So whether this is in response to what might be happening in a geopolitical aspect, whether this is the start of a euphoric top of silver and gold, right? Because I want to say this, right? This is something that is also really key to understand. What's happening in silver is what I would have expected in Bitcoin. This is what we should have seen in Bitcoin happening. This, where we had ultimate euphoria, people lining up on the corner streets to talk about to try and buy a 1 Bitcoin, or like people selling their valuables, going around to collect, try and make some money on the side to buy Bitcoin. That's what I expected, and we should have expected to have happened with Bitcoin, but that didn't happen, right? We went into a scenario where we didn't have a euphoric top of Bitcoin, and at the same time, alts lagged in between. XRP just hit 437. Probably, I could believe that. Last time I checked, it was below 2, but maybe it had a massive move. So this is where we are at this present moment, right? This could be, and I'm not saying it is, it could be that euphoric top end to silver, and maybe gold to an extent, but silver most probably could be. It's Poland, Switzerland, Belgium GDP. Poland, Switzerland, and Belgium GDP combined lol, which is the 9th, 10th, and 11th, respectively, in GDP in Europe. There we go. Three massive European countries' GDP disappeared off the value of gold, right? Now, this is XRP is hitting the 50 cent, 20 cents. I'm hoping for 20 cents. I've got a I have a I've had a very long time short on it. I haven't told any of you guys, but I've been shorting XRP for a very long time. Come on, 20 cent. Come on, I can't wait, cause that's juicy breath. 20 cent? No, maybe not 20 cent. Yeah, 40, 45 would be good. 45 would be good. Yeah. I've been shorting XRP for a very long time, like an extremely long amount of time. So yeah, other than that, yeah, it looks pretty good. Other than that, I mean, this is all liquidity, so I want to capture some of that bad boy here. All of this is, in my humble opinion, a really lovely amount of liquidity sitting there. Num. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will go to 300 million% and I'll get liquidated. At the moment, I'm doing pretty well. At the moment, I'm pretty well. You know, when I started shorting, I'll just say you guys understand when I started shorting XRP, is when the ex owner started selling, and I was like, yeah. You could just about short almost most days and come out. No, I started shorting when the news came out that its owner was selling. The previous creator of one of the creators of XRP was selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of this. So I was like, cool, I'll put a bit of a shot on this. I'll just keep that going. Yeah, I know. Right now, everything is not looking particularly good. Jeb McCaleb, is that his name? Yeah, whatever, that guy. Yeah, so that's what I was like. If a creator can sell that, if he has that much of this coin, it's hilarious. Like, there's nothing to think about. But yeah, there we go. That's that situation. I'm selling all my old coins. Lost. But look, it's up to you. I'm not saying anything that is a definite right now, right? Because you never know what's gonna happen. But I will say this. Right? These type of moves are indication of something is going to happen. Now, you can't put your finger on what it is, because there's so many things that are happening right now, but it feels like something's about to happen. Now, I can't say anything for sure, but all we can do is react from what we see in the markets, right? I mean, even today, what I was expecting, this is what I was expecting, and it just didn't come to fruition that way, is I was expecting a potential come and test of this this region here where the liquidity is mid, and then continue up. But what happened, and we were here, and I said, look, we'll come and most probably test this area here. We came and tested it, rejected aggressively, and I was like, okay, let's just see what happens. Maybe here. Nope, it didn't find it, and then it found support underneath the level of liquidity, and that's when someone actually asked me. They were like, should we be logging now? I was like, not yet. To be honest, what the market is showing is there's further downside to this move, and then KB in the pro group absolutely killed it. You know what I mean? Absolutely got it perfectly correct, and it went up. It disappeared into nothing. Yesterday you said it would rally, so what's going on? I literally explained it to you. I said there's a possibility of rally. It has to at least go to to a certain key area. I said around the 3.04 to just this box area here, right? It came and tapped down the knife and rejected aggressively. See, this is the thing. We had the move up from the point of where we talked. It moved. It had a momentary rally, but then got rejected aggressively and went down from there. This is why our group is so important, because things change on on a dime, right? These are not things. We're in scenarios where I've said it as well. Everything is short-term play. You have to play in short moments because markets are crazy at the moment. Let me explain this to you. In what world? So I can explain. In what world would you see could you predict trillions of dollars, wiped out of gold in one day? Just you know what I mean? Like it's not something that's out of certainty. It's out of like, what just happened? That's it. This is a coordinated. This is like multiple countries and massive holders of this asset selling in one go. It's not like one asset, a pension fund selling or something. Where did the money move though? That's the question. Because the dollar, it didn't go into the dollar. I promise you that. It definitely didn't go into the dollar because that baby's not moving. That baby is not moving. That, my friend, is the right question. What currency saw a spike? That's a good question. What's the yen doing? Okay, if the yen has spiked, as the ruble spike, if the yen spiked, could it be that USA sold gold to prop up the yen? To buy the yen? One second. JPY to the dollar. Could that be? Let's have a look. Let's have a bit of an investigation of where this money went. No, not really. That's a really good. Let's see. Let's see where this. Let's ask the AI if it would know. Right. What? You guys do the same as well. Where did this money go? Yen. It says the yen moved and the Australian dollar moved. Did Greenland sell? Yeah. That's it. Greenland is not worth it. $2 trillion. There's no way. Wouldn't the dollar have moved up as well if the Yanks sold to the Well, not necessarily unless they sold it into a different currency. Because maybe to stop the dive of the dollar, maybe don't look at the Japanese, the yen, just look at the yen itself. 1 second. No, that's Japanese futures, no. How would we find... What about the USD to the yen? What about 1 second? Yeah, USD to the yen. Yeah, I think it went into the yen. It must have gone into the yen. It must have, because it didn't go into the dollar. It wasn't used to prop up the dollar because it could only be an actor in the level of the USA or something on that level. Everything went to XRP. Yes, strange. It's going down though. Maybe the owner is selling. Joey, he doesn't need to buy that island. He probably already owns it. It was crude oil that spiked. So no Waco Springs. Yeah, possibly. Look, I mean, we did have a bit of a recovery, but that was, I mean, we could do. I mean, like, more importantly, it's sitting at I still think that's going to be where the spring is going to be, where this will bounce from a little bit. Yeah, I'm like 50% of that wick. I think it's coming for that wick. We'll see. I did say I didn't expect it to go in this manner, though. Oh my God. US oil, euro, almost everything dipped at the same exact time. That's the craziest part of it. Everything moved at the exact same time. Everything moved at the exact same time. It's not like this smells BlackRock like I've never seen before. It's a country that did this. It's not an institution. A country did it. It was aliens, probably. It's probably they're watching us like a TV show, and they're like, let's see how we can make this. Let's watch these little guys scramble around to find out what just happened. All the money was not real fiat. It was leveraged. The real money went back to silver and gold. Possibly, it could have been a leverage event. It could have been but that would be. But if a short gets liquidated, it means it will be a buy order. So a long got liquidated. But who would put I don't know. Maybe one of the banks got heavily liquidated and it caused but it was a long that got maybe it's a late long that got liquidated that did this. It would be impossible. Who knows? At this present moment, this is above my pay grade. I think it's above everyone's pay grade at this present moment, because it was a universal across multiple markets in every single aspect of understanding of what's going on, wipeout. It was Tesla robots, possibly. It's everything could be. It could be anything right now, what's going on. Do you believe in capital rotation from metals to crypto? Yeah, I think there will be a point that will happen, for sure. Barron was playing with tariff money and got liquid. Yes, probably. I would say this. Look, I don't know. I mean, there is tensions that are building up in the Middle East. And I think this might have something to do with that. Because look, a superpower talking to what they would describe as their enemy, right? Sending large military assets to an area where it makes them viable to utilize those assets points towards not peace but potential disaster. It was some possibly. But then oil would skyrocket. Yeah, but it hasn't happened yet. I honestly look. I mean, it's been a while. How unbelievably baffled this movement. This was not expected by anyone. I'd be completely honest. This was not expected by anyone of a movement of this violent nature. Found big gold in Africa for 40 trillion, maybe. But it's not. See, that's not how gold works, right? And I'll say this as well. Look, this is not how gold works. The supply of gold is about 2% a year, right? And this is what I was talking about. Yeah, I'll go back to what I was talking about with the hedge fund guy. He was like, if you compare the three, Bitcoin, silver, and gold, right? Gold has about a 2% supply rate a year. Silver has between 1.5 to 2.5% a year, and Bitcoin has about 2% a year, right? The only difference between those three, though, is that Bitcoin has a diminishing return every year. So that 2% diminishes every single year that it goes along. So ultimately, there is going to be a point where the price will have to flip in such a way that it will only start going up. This is the difference between the two assets that's going on in this manner. But yeah, it was a wild event. It was spectacular in levels that I've yet to truly. We'll find out one way or other at some point. There will be a point where we will find out what just happened, right? Literally, they will find out what just happened. Maybe we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? But something happened, and something dirty happened for sure. Like, this is not a moment where you'd be thinking that this. They will find out what just happened. I mean, don't even think this. We'll see. This is not even a shakeout. This could also. Why is this not working? Oh, here we go. Why am I not seeing any of these chats? Is that working now? 1 second. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. X wasn't working for some reason. Weird. Yeah, MicroStrategy is down as well. It went to cash and T-bills. Really? But why isn't the dollar not going up? You would have seen a spike in gold as well. Does Microsoft own gold? They dumped 12. Yeah, Microsoft has a huge problem, and it's because of its AI, right? Its AI department is not too hot right now, right? It's not too hot at this present moment, and yeah, the stock is showing that. Who knows? Oh. I just saw something on X. Is this real? The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission will meet today at 2 p.m. Chairman, whatever, will be discussing harmonizing their efforts to deliver President Trump's promise to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. Microsoft needs HR. Yes, that's gonna help them. That's gonna help them. Or Jeff Bezos is mad that Melania's movie flopped. Can I ask something about that? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Who was like, I know, this is what we need. This is what we need. We need a movie. We need a movie about someone that the world cares spectacular levels about, right? I don't know how many nights of sleep I've lost thinking about the Melania story, right? And we've now have a biopic that can rival that of, of so many that I could possibly imagine. I mean, just to mind, like, comes to mind, like, I don't know, who else could I say could even match to the sheer importance of this movie? I can't even bring to mind. I mean, like, there was the Muhammad Ali one, but that doesn't even come close. There was, it doesn't even come close to how twice it plays constantly in my house on loop. Such sayings as. Today in Slovenia. Needy gave info about Melania cinema tickets sold in the UK. Really? Oh, well, let me see. I'm curious. Can I buy tickets to this historic event? Wait, can I? 1 second. I need to secure my tickets. 1 second. I've seen it 300,000 times. 1 second. Melania. Melania movie. Let's see. I want to 1 second. Hey, don't buy the tickets before me, all right? Don't buy it before me. I need shh. I need to 1 second. I need to be sure I can get my tickets. 1 second. Don't you dare buy it before me. All right? All right? Well, the website is crashing. There's so many people buying this thing. You know. You know it's good, right? You know it's a good sign. You know it's a good sign. You know the success of a movie, right? You know it's a good sign when the latest showing is 6 o'clock. Ah, damn, man. Damn, that's confidence in the movie there, man. you get one of those 6 o'clock time slots, man. You know, you want to be sure it's at that time with some people coming out of work. Make sure they have space to get into this movie. Oh wow. Oh wow! 1 second. Can you book? I want to see the 5:30 showing. That's the time. That's the time I want to see if I can buy this. Buy this movie, guys. You want to see the? You want to see the epic movie theater? Sorry. Check this out, man. Make sure. Make sure. There's 10 seats and they're all available. Oh God. Oh God. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh wow. Wow. Wow, yeah. That's the movie you wanna go and see. Whoa, man. Whoa. Oh wow. Wow, that's anyway, that's oh man. Oh God, that made me cry. Oh man. Oh, that was amazing. It's like your own cinema, man. You just sitting there alone. Bring your bed. Anyway, okay, let's look. Oh man, that was hilarious. Amazing. This could be the bottom. Oh no. Look, I think we will get some form of a relief rally. I would be surprised when you get like movements of this aggressive nature. I would expect some sort of relief rally, but I ultimately expect not on Bitcoin. Where are we? On total. Where's total? Oh, let's go to total. I ultimately, God, that made me laugh so much. I ultimately expect this wick area to be taken out, and it corresponds almost perfectly to the trend line as well. We'll see. I would not be surprised if total comes at least to test this area, if it even can make it. Honestly, if it can even make it, I would say we could see a test of this zone, the 2.86, and reassess from there. And I'll say this, right? If we regain the Monday low here. If we see something like this happen, right, and we gain and hold here, that would be a good long thing to do, right? That would be an area to look at up. But if it comes up to oh, here we go. If it comes up to this area here and rejects, this is going to go down even harder than today. Watch it carefully, really, really carefully right now. It's a lot of ifs. It's the only way you can do it right now. Right now, even on the lower time frame, right? Even on the lower time frame, it points to a potential maybe. I mean, we have on a lower time frame had would we say that? Yeah, on a lower time frame we've had somewhat of a market shift, but if it closes below the 2.82, it sort of invalidates that market shift that we're having, right? So we're in this scenario here where we have to play with confirmation. Don't try and front run anything at this present moment. We have to follow what the trend is, and the trend is down. The trend is that's a massive market shift. Like, it's massive. Not everyone is in your house is concerned about what. Yeah, it's just my wife. It's my wife and her friends. Her wife and my friends are at home at the moment, so they're enjoying themselves. Whatever, it's fine. They don't. What is this stuff? They don't care. It's not in their understanding of what it is, right? So this is where we are. The 2.86 is going to be key. If we regain that area, and especially if we gain the Monday low, right, where the Monday range developed, if it gains that, then we will most probably go and test the 2.898. If we cannot break above there, then it will be another aggressive breakdown as well. We have to play the markets as it is. In my humble opinion, it still looks like there's more downside to go. I mean, look, if we look at this, if we look at the support level where it's sitting at the moment, we are basically at support. We're basically at support, right? If it holds that, then there could be a potential, and I'm saying potential on confirmation. I would expect something like this to happen. If it's going to have a counter rally, it'll go down and come up and then find support here. It might even do this, right? It might even do this. It might even go down, come up, and then have that test of that zone. That test of that zone would be the area to go long, in my humble opinion. Don't listen to what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? This is not financial advice in any way whatsoever. It's just my thoughts on what I will be doing. But right now we have to follow the trend, and the trend is down. Until that changes, you work with confirmation now. Until that changes, you play with confirmation and short-term plays and scalps and that kind of thing. And if it steeps to go, right, take some profits along the way, and then maybe leave a moon back and bring your stops to even. That's what I would say. Damn. I mean, look, to be honest, XRP is at almost at a historic level of support, right? This area has always shown some unbelievable support. But what is really interesting is that it's completely retraced this wick, which could mean that we are on the verge of a potential counter rally that could happen. How about we DCA into staples? Yeah, every day, brother. Every day. Every day DCAing into staples. So at this point, any hope of alt season is gone. Look, when you say alt season, what do you mean by that? Give me a time scale of what you mean by that. You need to work in a manner of time rather than understanding. An alt season will not happen in 24 hours. That's not a thing. We have to wait into a scenario. I mean, right now, I was hopeful that we could potentially go and retest these higher levels, but the shoulder happened down here, which is I mean, look, I would say this: there is a potential that we will see the bottom this year, like the growth of this market will. I would almost, with a high probability chance, I think we will see the bottom of this market, and then we will go from there. And that's why you play the short term plays. That's why you build up the skill, the capital, and all that kind of stuff up until that point, and then go into the coins when Bitcoin and the total market cap has hit key levels that we're all expecting for it to come to. That's my humble opinion. That's how we're doing it. That's why I've created this group. That's why I'm trying to give as many benefits and this and the other as well. And after it, let's see what Calvin Hill is going to say today. You know what Calvin Hill said the other day? By the way, you know that the same hacker that got Calvin Hill is the one that got me, by the way. It's the same guy. You know what Calvin Hill said, right? 2 days ago, he was showing the things and he was like, you know, I would put a long on. And I can see why he said it. And it just got rejected at an area quite aggressively that we were talking about. It's hilarious how it came into the area and then it was just full nuke down. We had the rally up to show that there was and the short to, don't forget, yeah, of course. But he closes one quicker than the other, so he actually gains the profit in the end. You know, small 50,000. Small trader 50,000 in it, bro. I love that guy. It makes me so happy. But yeah, that's very good. He flipped from telling people to DCA to just a trader. Yeah. I mean, of course, he's playing the market where it's going from. But let's see, right? Never lose. Yeah, well, let's see. Right now, everything is at like extreme levels of. I mean, we're pushing the boundaries of what you would say support is at this present moment, right? And that alone is going to be enough for you to potentially, because you know, usually what I like to say is that when you're at the extremes of support, those are usually areas where you could do a cheeky play in the opposite direction. You always get that counter, right? I mean, look, even if you look at the total 3, right, on the alts, we've come into an area where there is a lot of support, right? Too many, a lot of support, and it's found support several times here. So you would expect this to at least come and retest this zone here, this area around the 830. So potentially a cheeky long is a possibility to do, but just be very, 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 very careful. Very careful, because an event like this can happen. It could try and trap you again. You know what I mean? Short, sharp moves. That's what I would suggest, in my humble opinion, that I'm going to be doing. I have money aside, streamline portfolio into stronger coins too. Yeah, Punky, I agree with that. I have my list of coins that I will be heavily DCAing into when I believe that that Bitcoin, especially because technically Bitcoin and total market cap are aligned with each other, right? When we get down to these areas here, because as you can see with total, you see the reaction. Not total, where are we? Was it Bitcoin or total? Yeah, no. What just happened? Where did my box go? Yeah, you see what happened with total 3, right? It comes into this area of multiple support and I call it liquidity, but support area, right? And you see that it finds support and then tries to have a counter rally, and you could potentially see that when Bitcoin gets down to this area here, where it is a historic level of support. The level of support at this band is massive, right? It's multi-year, multi-month, multi-run level of support. And I would expect when it comes down to this area, it's going to find heavy support. But you'll probably see a wick down thinking, oh no, it's over. And that is a moment where I will be deploying in aggressively into this market. That's what my humble opinion is. I'm exercising patience. I have What'd you say? MXI's, but I have areas marked much lower before I deploy funds. Yeah, possible. I mean, what I will be doing, this is my technique here, right? I call it, I mean, it's not, I don't call it, that's what it's called. I call it averaging down. So what I'll be doing around these periods is something in that manner, like that. I'll start the DCA here and increase the amounts I buy the further down it goes, because I have conviction in this market and I expect this thing to turn around at some point. And that move that you see, that you add in as it goes along, will have a absolute, I'm using the average down triangle process. Ah, fantastic. That's what I'm going to be doing all the way. I mean, I don't think if it goes to 50, that would be wild, but I don't think so. It could happen if MicroStrategy goes belly up. I mean, that's a 50,000 Bitcoin can happen if MicroStrategy goes belly up. That's the only way that would happen. But I would say this, right? In my humble opinion, and there's no evidence to this, nothing like that. It's just my thought. I think the banks are trying to get rid of MicroStrategy. I think they're trying to get rid of him, and I think they're depressing the value of Bitcoin just for that very purpose, because he's way too strong and powerful at the moment. Imagine Bitcoin was at $300,000. He would be the most powerful, one of the most wealthiest people in the whole entire world. That's what I would say. And I would think that if they go belly up and there is it goes into administration, they'll need to, most probably what will happen is the USA will bail them out, but take all their Bitcoin. And then the market will rally like insane levels. If something like that happens, remember this. I like this is recorded, because I think something on that level is in afoot right now. Because that and Tether, I think are enemy number one in this industry. Because Tether is way too powerful and way too dominant in this market, and so is MicroStrategy. That's what I would say. Yes, Solana. You say? Let me look at Solana. I'll look at Solana, and then I will head off from there. And we can have a look from there. Yeah, Solana. It just, I mean, look again. It's at heavy support at the moment, so I'm expecting some form of, if it regains the 120. If it gains, I mean, how much of a move is that? If it regains 120, then that's a long signal. But right now it looks absolutely terrible. But it's at support, right? I don't usually like to do. I don't usually like to. I would say DCA into 120. 120. If it goes above, if it does this is what I mean by confirmation. If it does that, right? If it does that, that will be a long signal for me. That's what I would say. That would be my humble opinion on Solana. Further down, I don't usually like to short when it's at support. I would say, I mean, 50% has been taken on that. What wick are we looking for? Where is it? Could it go to? What is it trying to take out? Could it potentially take out that? No way. That can't be right. No way could it take out that. That would be, no way. I can't see that happening. Yeah, you're thinking of that wick there. I would thought that it could be this one here. It could be the, oh, that's a bit big. I would not be surprised if it comes and tries to take out that, but that is also a worry. I mean, there is every chance it could go down to 80. If it wants to take out that, oh yeah, it could definitely go down there. Most definitely could go down there. Because that's been taken out. You see it came back and took out that wick. And then it came and took out that wick, and in fact it tried to take out that wick. We'll see. I mean, like yeah. I mean, I would say either 95 and 78 to around the areas are the two downside risks to it. It's because heading down to 74. Okay, we'll see. I still think there could be somewhat of a counter rally that happens very soon, to try and liquidate all the late shorts. You usually get that, right? When you get these large liquidation events that happen, you will get a lot of people shorting around here, and this will probably come and try and retest the key point, and especially on Bitcoin, like here. It'll probably come and retest the zone here. So it'll probably come and retest 85, 5-ish, around that area. So people will probably come out and it will eat up all of those shorts, and people will go long here, and then it will go and take out probably the 80,000. I think it's coming for this wick here, the 81.5. I think it's coming for that at minimum. Because look, this wick took out that, and I think it's going to come and try and take this out as well. It's basically what's happening is that it is reversing back to take out all of this wick. What we described and thought about from many weeks ago, all of those. I mean, do we have any more of those wicks? What else has that wick? Yeah. So look, Tau will probably most probably come and try and take out the 200 mark. I think they're gonna all of them are gonna try and take out those levels. Oh Jesus. Could Say go down that low? Yeah, the 10-10 wicks. Yeah, could it go down that low? Damn. All right, I would say this, right? I would say this. Set an alarm. Set an alarm for about there on Say. Because Say looks like there's still more downside pressure on this. If it can even get there. But I think what we're seeing here is a gravel liquidity and deviation back into range. So this should rally a little bit to that zone there. Yeah, about the 10 cents mark. Hoo la la, if it can even get there. Man, Say it. What has happened to you, brother? What has happened to you? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yowza. Where is Whiff going? I'm getting stopped at. If you all go down to get the October 10 wicks, then it's all cooked. Yeah, it's here. No, it's there. Oh yeah, it's even lower. It's at 7 cents. Jesus. Wow. Let's see though. I think it will come and try and test those areas first. That's what it's showing me. Maybe not that. Damn, the 15 minute looks terrible. Wow, that looks absolutely terrible. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm waiting for a what's this? You have a person. You have my personal guarantee, silver top. That money is going into flow into risk. Possible. I'm not saying anything on that level. That's why I'm saying we have to play one confirmation, right? Don't try to front run anything, in my humble opinion, because right now, as in that movie, the market makers are looking at you, going, "Look at me, look at me. I am the captain of this ship now." Right? That's where they are. I am the captain of this ship. Okay, right? So if you think that you have any control of an understanding of where this is gonna go, you play your short term risks and scalp the absolute bejesus out of this market. Let's all watch The Big Short. Yeah, yeah, that's what I would say. Let's look at Total. Where's Total? Oh my god, Total looks diabolical. If Total cannot break this 2.86 trillion level, that would be a perfect area to potentially go down even more. Watch this level like a hawk. That's the hawkish level. That's what I would say. All right. Okay, guys, absolute appreciation. I'm getting beckoned by the ladies downstairs, so I'm gonna have a hard time now, unfortunately, guys. I mean, like it's just gonna be so terrible that I'm gonna be going downstairs and just like on that sad note, right? And I know you guys hearts are going out for me for the food and festivities that are going to be happening downstairs. I will say this: if you guys want to go check out, I'm sorry, actually, I'll close the TikTok. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you for the likes, the gifts, and everything else on that side. You guys honestly mean more to me than you could possibly know, and you guys following me into this direction when I'm going into a different channel, even though I've been attacked by these scammers, but I appreciate it a lot. You guys mean a lot, and you guys should follow my other things as well. I'm doing my main shows there. So on TikTok, people on YouTube are next. Wait for a second. On TikTok, I'm going to say bye. I'm going to tell something to the other guys as we go along. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. So to you guys on the tube, right? We're on the verge of finishing our pro group, right? We're calling it the Alpha Hunters group. If you go onto my Instagram, on the links below of all the channels on the YouTube especially, you see all of the massive gains. We have a amazing community member that's putting in some of the best meme plays you can possibly imagine. There was a 5 and 10x that happened recently. We have an amazing trader called KB who does lives, who's going to be showing the markets. He's been spot on the past few days, doing some amazing work. I'm building that. I haven't been too active in there yet, but I'm going to be super duper active because I'm building the background. We've made deals with WeX and Mexi. By the way, they're the same company, so you guys understand. We're going to have our own competition levels. We're going to have these massive competitions that are going to be giving out monthly and weekly prizes. You're going to be having enormous deposit bonuses, like 20 to 30% of deposit bonuses. Absolutely insane stuff that's going to be happening. Whole boat of things that are going on. And I'm going to make it basically Netflix, right? So if you guys want to have the opportunity for that, you should go down. There's a place where it's on the bottom on the links. It says Learn My Alvarez. That's our free group, absolutely free. And that will be the area where it'll be dropped for this channel to be open. Again, you guys are incredible. Thank you for the likes. Make sure you follow. For all the people who are new, welcome. For all the people who are not, well, thanks for sticking around. And I'll catch you guys later. All right. Peace, affection, love, and all that kind of stuff. Take